It was honestly a remarkable day and one I'll never forget.
What did you want me to hear the most when you knew I could hear with my cochlear implant?
I think the voices of your family, of our family, were the thing I wanted you to have access the most. You were a very visual baby and toddler, but I wanted you to hear that there was sound associated with the expressions on our faces, and you watched our faces and watched our faces, but I wanted you to know that there was sound, and I wanted your language to develop because we knew that your language development, the longer you didn't have access to sound, could be potentially delayed. When you think about your future, what do you think about?
I think that in my future, I'll be able to go to college, get a job, have as many friends as everybody else, and have as many life experiences as a normal person would. What do you hope for my future now?
I think the biggest hope that I have for your future, Reagan, is that you will never see hearing loss as something that separates you from people, and that you will just take advantage of all the opportunities that other young women your age, whether it be a social event or getting a job. I don't ever want you to think that you couldn't do a specific job. I think there are ways that you can learn to accommodate, and people can be accommodating, and there's technology that can be a piece of that. So I never want you to think that you couldn't do a specific job. I think if you put your mind to it and you utilize technology in those circumstances, I think you can do anything you put your mind to. Reagan, do you ever think about what high school would be like if you didn't have a cochlear implant?
I think high school without a cochlear implant, I wouldn't have any friends. I would be lonely, and I wouldn't be like as outgoing and have like the guts to do what I do now. Because being a part of the cheer squad, being a spirit club leader, and having like as much friends as I do, I feel like high school is probably one of the greatest things ever.
Reagan, one of the most vivid memories I have of you is probably about a week after your cochlear implant was activated. I had you girls in the morning getting everybody ready, and one of the first priorities we always had was getting your little backpack on you and everything, and you were kind of toddling around. And I just remember after getting everything sorted out and on you, and just how whenever we would put the implant on, you would just brighten up. And I had just such confirmation at that moment that the only thing you were lacking was access to sound. You weren't lacking understanding, you weren't lacking ability, but you were lacking access to sound. And so I was so thankful that we'd made the decision, that we'd gone through the surgery, and that you now then had access to sound. And that was such a pivotal moment for me as a parent. I didn't have the fear of your language delaying any longer. I didn't have the fear of not being able to provide you everything that your sisters had. And so it was a really affirming moment for us as a family. So, Reagan, of all the things that you hear amongst our family or at school or just the different environments that you find yourself, what are the things that stand out the most, that you're the most appreciative of?
Probably hearing my siblings talk and the beach. Thank you.
Didn't mean to make you cry.